Hi, this is Nancy McClelland, and I'm going to be a guest teacher at Scrapmania the month of May and June for Copic markers. And I would like to introduce the May class to you. We're going to be working on some techniques and take you back to the basics and hopefully be able to use the markers that you presently have. I know that there is a marker shortage going around, and I also believe that most of us don't use all the markers that we have. So what we're going to do is go back to do some basic techniques. The first thing I have here is I'll have the Copic chart for you, which gives you the current Copic wheel that they have, and it's much easier to read, I think, than the old one. So I have a copy of that for you. We're also going to use this chart that I have, and we're going to use a base color on that chart, and then we're going to add additional colors to that. It could be a gray tone, one of the many 4 gray tones that you have in the Copic lineup. You could add one of the E's to it. I've used green tones, yellow tones. So what we're going to do is add an unusual color to your base color to see what we get and see how we can stretch those markers that you have. Then we're going to talk about transparent objects, and the first thing we're going to do is look at coloring glass objects. So there's a lot of ways you can color these. You can stack them on top of each other and you can have shadows, but we're going to look at the transparent feature of objects. So the first one's going to be glass, and then we're going to have a little bit of a glass chart that you can see how there are different combinations and different colors that you can use also. The next thing we'll have is how to do balloons. Again, that's a transparent object, but how you can lay them one on top of another and have the color that you've got seeing through each one of them. So that's one of the options. Then we're going to have another chart that I've made up, and you'll have some pieces of paper that you can use as your examples. But I want to step outside of that box. I want to step beyond those basic blending groups that you've probably learned in any other Copic class. So we're going to use some unusual colors together and learn how to mix and match our colors and use the most of what we actually do have. So those are some of the handouts that you're going to get. Then also what we have is I have a little booklet here, and they're protected in plastic, and you can get more of these at the store. But there's lots of samples that you're going to work with. We're going to be using all these different samples and learning how to color them, and that'll be something that you can keep all the time. So you have those samples, and it's the glass and different colors and the transparent balloons. We have other class samples that you're going to get when you attend, and there are more things for you to practice on. So there's going to be a lot of samples in the class, a lot of information. So if you want to come and learn a little bit more about Copic and techniques, there are spaces available for you. We have 2 class offerings this month of May. We have May the 24th, and that's from 6 to 8 p.m. May the 29th, and that's 1 to 3. The class price is $12 for materials, and it will be $12 for a teacher fee. Please call Scrapmania to reserve your spot. There are spaces available. The number is 319-377-9999. Thanks a lot.